like to welcome the director and partner of Prive International in Thailand and Vietnam, Mr. Eddy Tan.
Now, the first product here is a common set of 5 products. Number 1 is the BioClean. It goes to your intestine and start cleaning. It contains 2 kinds of fiber, soluble and insoluble. All right? The insoluble fiber are the ones that go to your intestine and brush your intestine and clean your intestine. All right? For example, selenium husk. Here contains about 10 kinds of different fiber, which sometimes you don't get it in the normal food that you eat. So it's important. And of course, you have guar gum, apple fiber. They all do different kind of cleaning. They all do different kind of stuff. Sometimes they prevent absorbing of cholesterol and so on. Okay, this is very important. And once you got your intestine cleaned up, it can start absorbing, then you have to go to the second stage. Who takes all the nutrition and the oxygen and go to all the cells and supply? Your blood. Then my next question is, when was the last time you ever checked your blood? You don't. When you don't feel pain, you don't feel sick, you don't go to the hospital to check your blood. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I can challenge you. Tomorrow you go back home. If you go back home, please go and do a blood checkup. All right? Minimum at least 30%, some of you with 30%, and for them, worst cases, 50 to 60% of their blood are not working. And these are all damaged by the free radicals every day that we accumulated that damage your cells, your blood cell. All right? So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, this is your intestine. All the fiber that contains in here, they does different job. Okay? Right. Now, you look at all this. If you look into the intestine, they contain like finger-like, to create a bigger surface so they can absorb more nutrients. But unfortunately, all this have been blocked by slugs, preventing absorption. All right? Now, another thing. Once you have cleaned that, your intestine have a lot of bad bacteria. And this bacteria also help to take and eat your nutrients. Again, further decrease your absorption of nutrients. Therefore, the BioClean also contains another very important and what we call probiotic. Probiotic are the good bacteria to go into your intestine to balance up, all right, or to get rid of some of this bad bacteria. Okay? Now, once your intestine is clean, the next one is your blood. So how do you get rid of all the free radicals? You need antioxidant. And there are, what kind of antioxidant are there? So here we have berry. Berry. Now this is called a good blood. Blood is like the 2 hands is free. One hand they can carry oxygen, one hand they can carry nutrients, and they can go and unload when they go into every part of your cells. But unfortunately, you look at some of your cells are damaged. If you look on your right side, all right, the blood are damaged. They come together like a bunch of grape. Like the bunch of grape. On your left side, you can see that's a good blood. Okay? So therefore, you need to get rid of all these free radicals. And of course, we have berry. We have famous Brazilian acai berry. The American, if you know this, amber contains accelera cherry. We also have accelera cherry here. And then, of course, we have blackcurrant and cranberry. They all do different kind of jobs, okay? So therefore, this berry will go in to balance up your blood, right? Now, once you balance your blood, you have one more problem. You do not know which part of your blood vessel is blocked. That's why sometimes it's so unfortunate. You find that a young man can just collapse there, have a stroke, or have a heart attack. We don't know. And the blood vessel can be so small till one cell only can pass through. So sometimes a person gets into this disease is very unfortunate, but it can be prevented if you take this, what we call our best berry, that will go in and get rid of all your free radicals. Now, then we have, now let me ask you, in the whole world, which country the people live the longest, have the longest mortality rate? Japan. Why Japanese? Japan have a daily daily product called nattokinesis. It's a fermented soya. The enzyme, that's why the Japanese are so healthy and they live so long, is because they have a very good blood circulation. It's like a traffic, there's no block, free flow. But we in Asia and some other countries, you find that our system are all blocked up. And we don't know. So how do you get rid of all this blood clot? Well, we have nattokinesis here will go into, the enzyme will go in and start breaking down. But when you eat it regularly, you don't allow the blood clot to accumulate. Once it accumulates, it becomes bigger, bigger, and bigger, and it jam up the arteries or the capillaries. So that's why you need to take this. All right? This is the soya, what do you call, come from the soya. Look at all this. That's one there you can see is where they start to accumulate. All right. Okay. Now, I'm trying to speed it up. Actually, it's take about an hour. I'm trying to crush it within 10 minutes. Now, the next product here, your intestine is now all clean, good for absorption. The blood is well balanced. It's ready to send food. All the coast is clear. All the artery is clear. There's no blockage. They are ready to send all the food and oxygen to all your cells. But what is now we want to build? Means what nutrients should we take? Well, scientists have discovered, all right, daily requirement, daily intake of vitamin A, B, C to Z. They already know what. So what happened is, it's called multivitamins. Then if you go to the pharmacist, you look for it. Did we study this in school? We don't. So what do? You look at a multivitamin, you compare the price. But ladies and gentlemen, a good multivitamin, a natural vitamin is very expensive. All this stuff I'm showing you here are the top class. This was created because I couldn't find it in the pharmacies. All right, even they have it in the pharmacies, they are of different ingredients. They are not, some of them, I'm saying most of them, they are not of very high quality because sometimes when you go to a pharmacy, they compete in price because most people cannot tell the difference. They just look at the price. Okay? So here, this ingredient here are specially selected and even specified from which source, which country we want that particular, what do you call ingredient from. So today, God is fair. All right? God, there is a plant with almost 100 nutrition there. It's the most complete nutrition you ever find on earth. It's called moringa. The WHO also recommend this. And coincidentally, all right, it's not coincidental actually. This plant you can find in most countries, all right, the poor people, or like for example, of course Africa now is coming better, but before that Africa was quite a poor country, and you can find a lot of this plant. Okay, so these people don't have the money, and they just pluck it and they just cook it. And then of course the other one is, the one of the good quality one is also in India. Of course now India is getting better now, but India still have a lot of poor people. So if you don't have the money, it doesn't matter. Just go to this plant there, and a lot of Indians in their house in front there is this tree, even in Malaysia. But then the best quality come from the southern India. All right? Now, this plant, for you to get almost 100 nutrients, you got to take the leaf, the seed, and the fruits, combine them, then only you get the 100. But sometimes you buy from the pharmacy, it only contains the leaf, but this is not. This have all the three combined, and it's natural, and it's absorbed, because a lot of multivitamins that you buy from the pharmacies, they are synthetic form or petroleum chemical based. So they don't absorb very well, they are not so natural. This is 100% natural. Okay? You have all the ingredients there. Now, and then if you notice that the calcium here is almost 17 times more than milk. All right? You look 25 times more than vitamin C, you can see 20 carrot, 10 times. Vitamin A more than what do you call, anyway, I can't read very well, you can see. So, and you have trace elements. It's a very important that your body requires that sometimes are not found in multivitamin. For example, there is what you call the arginine there, all right, for men that you find in Viagra. Also, it contains inside there. And okay, right. I just want to speed it up. And finally, you have the natural multivitamins. And finally, don't forget, as we age, our bone become brittle. Once you knock easy, it breaks. So what happened? You need calcium. But unfortunately, a lot of people do not know. Again, they go to the pharmacy, they simply buy a calcium based on price. No. A good calcium can be different in 5 times in price. If you buy a calcium that is made from the stones or rock or from the seashell, these are much cheaper. All right, you're not careful, you buy the wrong calcium. Instead of getting calcium, you get kidney stone, you get bladder stone. So do not simply buy calcium. This calcium is veggie-based. It comes from the sweet corn, it comes from the seaweed, and then with a combination of formula, you need a certain formula in order to help it absorb in the body. So it contains vitamin D to help it to absorb very quickly, vitamin K to help it to stick into the wall. So ladies and gentlemen, it's very well formulated. So this set here, all right, as you can see. Now, how do you tell a bone is brittle? If you look on your left side here, that is a good bone, a bone with very strong density. On the left side, you'll notice it's not very clear. Why? Because when an X-ray shoots through, you can tell. You look at X-ray, if the bone, the X-ray cannot shoot through, then it's very white. If the X-ray can shoot through your bone, you look on the left side. That is a very fragile bone. The density is not very strong. That's why as we age, you need to take a good calcium. And this calcium are made of seaweed and what they call plant-based. Okay. Now, so, therefore, this is the one set. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you the truth. There's only 500 sets we brought outside there, and we sold some yesterday. So the price is $275 US with a PV of 180. You buy 2, you get one set free. If you do not want the PV, you just want to buy, it's 150 US per box. You buy 2, also free 1. And in other words, if you have 400 over sets out there now, you're talking about if everybody buy 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1, every 100. We have a few thousand people here. So it will sell off very quickly. Okay? All right. Now, that's so much for this. So to me, all these years, this is how I live, how I eat. Every morning, I take my fiber, and the whole day, I eat whatever I want. A lot of people ask me, Mr. Tan, you have kidney problem. Is there anything you cannot eat, you need to avoid? I say, yes. The only thing I avoid, the food that I don't eat, is food that are not tasty. Any tasty food, I will just eat. Okay? So I'm quite normal. Now, let's come back to the next part of this, which is very important. All right? Let me ask you, are you prepared for what is coming? If you are not prepared, you and your family are living very dangerously. All right? Let me explain to you why. Because we are living in an era right now, full of uncertainty. Today, we can't even tell what is tomorrow. After World War II, there was a 60 to 70 years of what you call honeymoon. The world was at peace. The baby boomers were enjoying their life. But in the last 5 years, the world has changed so much. Or we say the last 10 years, especially this few years, it's getting worse. From pandemic, right up to war, right up to tensions, and everything today is going topsy-turvy. If you're not prepared, you get caught. The world is a very cruel place. There's no mercy for you if you are not prepared. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I want to prepare for you and show you something. Why Network marketing is not whether you want or you don't want to do. You don't have a choice. That's why I always thank God that networking came into this world not by accident. It was a plan. It's a plan that gave every one of the people in this world, if they have problem, there is something they can still fall on, that you need not go for interview, you don't need to have, whether you got education, no education, it doesn't matter. Whether young or old, it doesn't matter. You can still make a living with it. All right? Right. Now, let me continue. First of all, let's look at this. Inflation and recession. Do you know that you experience, I think all of us here experience since the last 1 or 2 years, most of the food price has gone up by 30%. Some country as high as 50%. Argentina by a few 100%. You're caught. Imagine if things are went up by 30% and your income is fixed, you will have problem. You see? All right? And it's going to get worse. I'm telling you, it's going to get worse from now on. By thinking saving, it is safe. Well, it's saving money is better than you don't save. But unfortunately, even saving money is not going to save you. Because your money will continue to shrink. With the inflation now, it's rising so fast. What you can buy today for the same amount of money, all right, in 5 to 10 years, you can't buy. So you think you can save money for retirement? Sorry. You can't. All right? You go and do a mathematics and do a calculation. You cannot. So you have to keep working and working. You can't stop. Why? Because you're just depending on these two hands. Then the next thing, as you can see here, when there's recession comes in, job is hard to come by. For every 1 year you don't have a job, you take you 3 to 5 years to work to cover back the 1 year that you don't have income. Do you realize that? And what guarantees that your job can last forever? Even the company cannot guarantee they can last forever. How can they guarantee you? Because you just don't know what's going to happen next. All right? All right. The next one that's going to hit us, as you can see from here, is automation. You see, when jobs are hard to come by, a lot of people go to do what? Like in Malaysia, for example, they go to Uber, but there are no more Uber, they have Grab car. In the US, in many other countries, they go into Uber. Because they lost their job, they couldn't find job, they start to go and this is the, and that also eventually will be taken by taxi that have no driver. In Shenzhen, Taiwan, in China, already started a pilot project that, having taxi without a driver. And then you have truck, like the US. Eventually will also have e-hailing truck that no driver. They can drive the whole US for 24 hours. They don't take rest because they are not human. They can do a job better than human. They don't need rest. I mean, you don't need rest. They keep driving all the highway, all the shops. In the middle, they close shop. Nobody stop for food. Business will be affected. These are all the things that we're going to face, whether we like it or we don't like it. All right? You look at this one here. I was in Beijing Marriott Hotel in Beijing. You look at this robot here. They bring the key, room service. Even you want to work in a hotel as a waiter or the front office, I will tell you, job is getting less. In the old days, you go to the bank, there were so many people in the counter to serve you. Today, you go to a bank, you only have a few of them, the rest are machine next to you. We are a victim of all this creation. There will be only a few big companies in this world that will survive, and you and I have nothing. All right? Amazon, Alibaba, Taobao. Let me ask you, do you know how many hundreds of millions of jobs have lost? How many millions of shops are closed down because of them? You can't fight them. You want to start a business? Go ahead. You know what kind of risk you are taking? Out of every business that starts, 60% of them close within 3 years, and 90% close of them within 6 years. Less than 5% will survive. Why do you want to take kind of risk? All right? The next one is the pandemic. We just got a very bad experience in the recent pandemic. And today, a lot of people lost all their saving. But do you know something? Will there be another pandemic? I will tell you, surely there will be another one. And according to experts, the next pandemic, it will be worse than COVID-19 5 times. Are you prepared? Are you ready? Don't be happy, because nothing is certain anymore unless you know what to do. Okay? And I will explain to you how do you overcome all this. All right? If pandemic comes in, one of a family gets sick in the hospital, you have to dig deep into your pocket, take out all your saving to save your mother or your father or your son or your children, and your pocket got a deep hole because you have no extra. This was all the saving you have for all those years that you have worked. All right? The job street is empty. Shops are closing everywhere. You will see more of this going to happen. Then the next one. War is getting closer. Imagine the people in Ukraine. Almost 60% of the people left Ukraine. What happened if that's your country? After the Ukraine war, then you had the Middle East. Then you had the Red Sea. And now you have the China Sea. You have the Taiwan problem. Then you have the Philippines also. In all these things, we just don't know what's going to happen next. But do you realize one thing? We do not know which country is going to get hurt. If your country get hurt, let me tell you how you're going to run. You have all the money you have, forget about those. Those who don't have money, just too bad. They were not prepared. They can't run. For those who have money, who have a big shop, how are you going to run with your shop? You have a big office, how are you going to run with your office? But let me tell you this. If you are in private, like Benjamin and Gloria, or Christian and Jasmine, they can pack their whole family and fly to the next country where pride is. All right? And enjoy your life there. Because they don't have a shop. They can just fly anywhere. When you have the money, fly in 70 old country, by this year maybe 100 country, fly to any of this country, and company will pay you. If you're in the US, you're welcome to Asia. Southeast Asia is one of the safest country because we are a neutral country. All right, you can fly here and have a second home, and tell the company you want to switch your account to Malaysia because you are second resident here. Stay away from all this. You can't do that if you're running your own business. That's the power of network marketing. That's the power of Private International. All right? All right, I just quickly show it to you. Even you have a lot of money, or for those with no money, they will end up like in the refugee camp or whatever it is. I have not even talked about the disaster of flood and earthquake that just recently happened in Japan. These few are so powerful force that will affect our life. You and I have done nothing wrong. We work hard. But these are things that is beyond you and my control. But there's one way. Be smart. Don't go for a fixed job. If now you have a job, ask yourself, is there any guarantee? There's no guarantee. You have a business, don't be too happy. Do you know as we know in the last pandemic, you know how many shops were closed down? How many businesses were closed down? If there's another one more that strike, can you stand? I don't think so. And then Private International was built during the pandemic time. Can you imagine why? You stay at home, you build your business, you get your income. Right. So ladies and gentlemen, the best business and the safest business is MLM. Now, All right? Now, the question now is that, okay, I know MLM is important. Very important is what MLM? Does it mean you simply walk into MLM company? Yes, you can. But you want to do long term, you want to progress fast, you want to succeed fast, you must find the kind of company that can offer you that. And remember, I always emphasize this since doing the MLM, many leaders come and go because they know how to build a business, but they do not know how to choose a correct company. So I'll still go back to Prive International. The 4 very important pillars, like every building, you need to have a very strong pillars. And the first pillar in priority is, the first P is personnel. Now, it is very important. Why personnel is the most important? You can have the world's best plan, you can have the world's best product, but if it's managed by people who have no experience, or the boss who have a lot of experience, the boss have a lot of money but no experience, I can tell you they're bound to fail. Because networking and the traditional business are 2 totally different animals. Why? A very simple example. A traditional business, the boss only keep looking at how much he can earn. But in an MLM business, it's different. The boss have to think, even though he thinks how much he can earn, he has to think how much the member can earn. A traditional boss don't think 2 sides. He only think 1 side. But if, let's say, these bosses don't have experience, they only think of making money themselves and never think of the other side, it failed a long time ago. And all these bosses have minimum 25 years and above. And Dr. Stephen, I knew him since he was 35 years ago when I was a CEO of an MLM company. He just joined us fresh from school. Till today, he has not done anything except in network marketing. So can you imagine network marketing? You can be a boss one day if you want to and have experience in it. Once you have a good team of people, all right, the most hardworking, and you all know how much these bosses travel. It's amazing, right? Okay, the next one is a good product. You have a good team, you have a good product, you already got a good team, you need to have a good product. Now, why Prive is very different from all the other company? Number 1, I would say 90% of the MLM company in this world deal with either health food or personal care, but Prive is not. Prive is a company, emphasis deal with, the main thing is concentrating on technology. Why? In the last 10 years, you realize the technology has advanced so fast, even to AI right now, okay? So therefore, Prive will continue to source interesting product, exciting product with a future, and continue to bring them in, all right? Just not only eye care, that's all. So these are products because of innovation. I give you an example, okay? You look, this product has got a tremendous future, and later on I'll explain to you why Prive will go very far, eventually will be one of the biggest MLM company in the world. All right, why? Okay, right. Now, and of course, a marketing plan. Now, this is very important. This is the next P. Just now the P was product. The next P is the plan. In my 43-year experience, one of the very important that a company fails is because, especially in binary. Binary is a plan very difficult to calculate if you do not know. All right? Prive plan, because you see, because you pay one side, as you get deeper, companies start to pay more. As you go deeper and deeper, you start to pay more, and eventually you overpay. But Prive today, already 2 years, in 70 over country, has gone to almost 1,000 generation deep, which means the Prive plan is very stable, no overpay, and the last 2 years, the company have never even changed anything, except adding. So therefore, it's very important you want a plan that is stable. The worst taboo in network marketing is when the company change the plan. Once they see they overpay or they earn too little, they will start to change the plan. And that is the worst thing can happen. And today, so do not say, this plan pay more, that plan pay less. No. More important is whether the plane is safe or not. So you are all very lucky. The plane is very stable, and there is no overpay. It's already tested already. So that is okay. And I like to go to the last P is potential. The potential, I like to spend a little bit of time here because it's very important. Because you must see far. If you don't see far, you just join, oh, because I like the product, but what for? If you don't have a good plan, you don't have a good management, all right? So does the product have what do you call the company overall and the product have a future? So let's talk about that. You see here? You notice all these electrical appliances, from microwave to washing machine to vacuum cleaner to refrigerator to TV, every home have all this, right? And today, even more homes have a handphone, they have a, what you call computer. But do you know in the last 100 years, all these were created for your convenience, for your enjoyment, but none of them can protect and save your family. Do you realize that? And because of technology advancement right now, there will be a machine in your home that will protect your family. And eventually, this will become a common sight. Every home is very common to have a iTerra in their home. Because if you don't have the iTerra, you look like abnormal. That's what it's going to be. Everything will start with a, what you call, a suspicion. Like for example, when washing machine was created at that time, I remember my mother used to scrub very hard. So when washing machine came to Malaysia, they take a look. You think just turn like that can clean the clothes? They don't trust it. And don't know they will spoil their clothes. Then as one family, two family, more and more homes start to use washing machine, then they trust it, it takes time. Same thing. Today, are you a pioneer? Are you a visionary to be able to see what's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years? If you can see that, I will tell you this. When every home will have an iTerra or have a private machine in their home, you will be filthy rich. Or you can sit there and wait. Until that happens, then you join. Okay. So therefore, the future is tremendous. And in fact, today we're launching another machine. There's also one and only one in the world, which is called the OxyTap afterwards. You take a look. So ladies and gentlemen, of course we will have the consumer product. That is also important, that we will also have that for what you call repeat sales. But our more emphasis in technology, because of AI. I can tell you one thing. Doctor someday will become less and less. Why? Because the AI can do a job better than doctors. Because doctors use their two eyes. He can only estimate unless you tell him what problem you have. But the AI no need to even ask you. He just scans your body up and down, and he can come out with a prescription. You go to the pharmacy and buy. You know that? That will come. But start with what? Start with iTerra, the first machine in your home. All right? Okay. Now, so iTerra will be another machine in your home. The next one is, I need to clear something very important here, which is a myth which a lot of people misunderstood. And I want you to bring it to them if they ever ask you, is this a pyramid system? You look at this. Look at the one on your left side. That's a traditional business. You start at the bottom, you climb up to be a supervisor, manager, marketing manager, then become a GM. Is that a pyramid? And that's very cruel. You work down there, you hope that guy up there resign, then you got a chance. Or wait for him to die, then you got a chance. And there are some places up there like a CEO, there's no chance for you. There's so much you can go. That is the real pyramid. But if you look at Prive International, there's no limit of space up there. Everybody down there, every one of you. Crown Ambassador up there, There's no limit. And moreover, it does not mean the person who recommended you will be forever higher rank than you. No. Benjamin and Gloria, the upline, there are few upline on top actually. I'm not crown ambassador. They overshot them. Christian and Jasmine, they overshot many upline to become crown ambassador. Their upline are not even crown ambassador. Some of them are not even there anymore. So if that's the case, how can this be a pyramid? That's why networking is so fair. It rewards those who work hard. And your reward is based on your effort, not based on your connection. But you're over here, it is so frustrating. You can work as hard as you can. Your future not depend on your own hand. You depend on somebody up there. And you know very well, when you depend on somebody, your family depend on you, that's the most undependable. So you need to depend on yourself. All right? Okay. So the next thing is, can you do it? Don't underestimate yourself. You did not come to this world by accident. You did not come to this world by accident. All right? Because you already a winner before you come. Do you know that? And when your parent wanted a child, he wanted a strong, he wanted a healthy child. So your father planned a race. Hundreds of millions of you. And when your dad fired the first shot, all right? You swim like hell. You swim and you swim and you swim. And the first one, the reward who reached the mother's ovary, will come to this world. And that was the race. You fall like hell, fight like hell, swim like hell for. All right? And finally, ladies and gentlemen, by the time reaching the mother's egg, there were only about 100 over left. And scrambled to look for the opening into the eggs. And you made it. That's why you are here. You were already a winner, my friend. You won the greatest race of all. There's no race in Malaysia with 1 million people, and these are hundreds of millions. That's why when the doctor pulled you out into this world, you cry. You know why you cry? Because you fought so hard to finally came into this world. That's why you see all the Olympic champions, when they stand on the rostrum and take their medal, you see their tears come down. Same thing. So do not look down on yourself. You came to this world, all right, and make something of yourself. Look at you, the one next to you. Our body are all the same, eyes, nose, everything the same. Why they can and you can't? No. Sometimes it's due to the environment we are born in that make a thing like that. Physically, we are all the same. The only thing is, all you need is just change here. And networking, you can't fail because here is where the people will help you for free. You have many people to support you. Your father, your grandfather, your great-great-grandfather, there's so many generations of people. Some of you feel that, I cannot talk very well, so I cannot succeed. You are wrong. I so long in this business, I know of leaders who today are multi-millionaire who don't talk so much. He just bring people and let other people talk. Do you know that? And then you learn. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, my time is up. I've got more to share. If I can do it, ladies and gentlemen, go out there. There are a lot of people suffering out there. Share with them. All right? There is a power in you. Bring it out. You have not used it. It's kept there for too long. You're too comfortable. Take it out. All right? A lot of people suffering out there. Okay? I terror care. Give them hope. They go to doctor. Doctor couldn't save them anymore. All right? They just wait. They want to die. They can't die. If they want to die, they commit suicide, which is the greatest sin. They want to live, they face pain. So go there and give them hope. If there's a hope, there is a meaning to continue living. For every person you save, for every person you help, you accumulate your blessing. For every blessing that you accumulate, it minus away your sin. The more, we are not perfect. So go start accumulating all the blessing and clean up all your sin that we have. So ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all the best, and I'll see you again. Thank you very much.